All right. What is good? What is good? What is good, beautiful people? Of course, you know who I be, the good doc, Dr. Mike TV, back again, once again, with probably one of the more, and I'm not going to say controversials, because again, I don't see anything controversial about what I'm going to say. But I know for a fact somebody is going to take this the wrong way. I know for a fact that somebody is going to get in their feelings as they hear me present the information in this video. But again, understand the way that I present my information, it is strictly to prove a point. Alright? Don't ever look at me like I'm crazy with the side eye like he don't know what he talking about, because I know everything about what I'm talking about. Alright, so let me preface or whatever my thought process of this particular video. I did a video probably about a month or so ago, maybe a little more, about how Filipino people and black people, or why Filipino and black people get along so well. That was a 2-part series, and I hope you guys go and check it out if you have not already. I'm going to try to link it so that you guys can check it out. But in the second part of that video, I made a statement. And you can agree or disagree with the statement, I don't care, but what I'm going to show you is something that will further elaborate on my thoughts and provide emphasis on why I believe my statement was true. The statement that I made was the reason black people or African Americans and Filipino people get along so well is because we have a relatable struggle. If I was in a courtroom right now, ladies and gentlemen, I would point to the screen and say, look at Exhibit A. Okay, Exhibit A. This is a front page article. I don't know. I think it's the front page of the Boston Sunday Globe. It says the date was March 5th, sometime in the 1800s. Okay. Now, I know you're looking at this right now, but let me give you a little bit of background. I'm going to read what's written on here and my thoughts on it, but I'm going to give you some background information so that you guys understand where I'm coming from, okay? Listen to me verbatim. Based on history, it was the American colonization of the Philippines that instigated the immigration of many Filipinos into America, either as pensionados or those that came for their studies or as laborers. You know, I guess that would be OFWs back in the day. And these laborers at that time worked on Hawaiian plantations, California farms, and in the Alaska fishing industry. And I guess that's why you see a lot of Filipinos that congregate in these particular parts of the United States, especially in California and Hawaii. I wasn't really sure about Alaska till I read this, but I guess that's why you see a lot of Filipinos congregating in those areas when they do come to the United States. It says the 1924 Immigration Act stipulated that Filipinos were neither U.S. citizens nor foreigners, but rather were colonized people. Technically, they were American nationals, aka technically, they was kind of like slaves. I'm just gonna say it. It was kind of like slaves. All right. Now let's go back to Exhibit A, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all see the picture before you. Look at it. Look at it. And the front page specifically states this was expansion before and after. If you look at the centered picture, top left, it says this was the Filipino before expansion. And then at the bottom, it says this is the Filipino after expansion. So I want you to get an idea of where I'm coming from, guys. This was how they looked at Filipinos in the past. And I think you might be able to pick up what I am putting down. But let me go ahead and further elaborate just in case you guys need me to dumb it down for you a bit. So in the top left-hand corner, I think that would be your top left, it says that the Filipino person could exchange the war club for a baseball bat relatively easily. If you look in the top corner of that picture, you're chasing. I'm not getting into the details because you guys can see. You clearly have eyes if you're watching this video. But for those that are blind and just listening to me, it's a picture of a guy running after somebody in a get up that is more or less like a grass skirt and, no clothes. Okay. In the bottom left, it says they can use their water buffaloes or their water buffaloes or carabaos all to go well in tandem. And it shows a picture of what it looks like before and what it could look like after. It says their old habits of running amok will, I can't read that, I think bode greatly on the football field. You guys can see that picture, and in the bottom corner, from the war dance to the cakewalk is but a step. So basically, for the dances or the traditional Filipino dances to the dances that they would probably ask you to do in the United States, aka dance a jig, would easily translate. That is what this particular front page article or front page image or view is trying to perpetuate to the American audience at that particular time. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let me get back to my thoughts on this entire conversation, because you can easily, and I don't care how slow you are, you could easily put in African American or Africans in that same narrative that they're trying to perpetuate for Filipino people, and it would transcend damn near easily well as in reference to the viewpoint at that time of African American people. So it baffles me and it behooves me when sometimes, not all the time, sometimes you have those Filipino people who might have what I would like to refer to as racial tendencies. Racial tendencies. Okay? Let me say that again. Racial tendencies. What do I mean by racial tendencies? I am so glad that you asked. If a Filipino finds themselves mad at somebody of a darker skin complexion, I would not put it past them to say something offensive. They may call you the M word, monkey. They may say something a little bit more offensive. They may even go as far as throwing the N word at you. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, as I look at this picture and I look at the way that America used to view Filipinos, all I can say is, you can call me all kinds of names, but yet and still, these people over here see you the exact same way that you might see me. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are a POC, a person of color, ladies and gentlemen, I don't care how you slice it, they gonna look at you probably the same way that they look at me. So for your strong desire to try to separate yourselves from other people of color by calling them names and acting as if you don't fit into the crowd with them, unfortunately, you're probably still going to be grouped in a crowd of us anyways. Now, again, I'm not laughing because the situation is funny. I'm laughing because the situation is real. I have come out time and time again and made videos about, are Filipinos racist? I probably like 2 videos. People be in my comment section cutting the fool like, you know better than that, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I heard y'all. I don't care what you said, but I heard y'all. And, when you do go that far, again, I'm not saying it's all of you guys. Please, please, please. I have great relationships with many of my Filipino brethren, and I love you guys to death. So it's not all of you. It's just those that tend to come out of pocket if they find themselves in their feelings over something I may have did or something I may have done by accident, and you want to go straight to the negative aspect of everything. I can remember a specific situation. Now, I was driving my car, and I made like a U-turn, and I think I was close to it was a guy on a motorbike, and I kind of came close to getting him a little bit, touching his vehicle with my vehicle. And I think when we pulled up to each other at the light, I look over, he looking at me, he's pretty fuming. I can understand the how mad he could be at me, because what happened, I probably would have been mad too. But I could have sworn that I heard a negative rhetoric come out of his mouth that would have made me want to run him over with my car. But, playing it cool, it is what it is. Again, it was my fault. I'm not afraid to admit it. And I understand that when you're mad, you might say some things that you don't mean, but sometimes you really mean it. It's just the fact that when it came out, I was like, damn, homie. I said, damn, that's how you really feel about me? You ain't never met me before. You don't know me from Adam, from me, whatever it may be. But the first thing you do is go straight racist or straight racial with your slurs. I'm like, man. Reality check, ladies and gentlemen, it's set in real quick. But when I go back to my topic at hand, ladies and gentlemen, about how I feel us as Black Americans, African Americans, Africans, and stuff like that, and how I feel like Filipino people get along so well, it's because of the relatable struggle. Look at the picture, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, man, that looks like something, a caricature of what they would draw an African American like. Can you think about that for a second? Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Open your eyes, because the same way that they saw y'all back then, the same way they see us back then. Now again, I know times have changed, ladies and gentlemen. For the most part, I think that we are progressing as best as we can. As a society in the world, I assume probably not always the best idea to talk about these types of conversations. But again, guys, I wanted to give you guys this exhibit. Exhibit A. There may be more, there may be none. I just wanted to show you this because it hit me in a way where I was like, yo, this is literally the best way for me to be able to explain my thought process and the relatable struggle between Africans or Black Americans and Filipino people. Look at how they viewed you guys when they brung you guys over to work in the United States on the Hawaiian plantations and the California farms and the Alaskan fishing industry. Look at how they looked at y'all. Same way they looked at us, man. It's probably the same way they look at us now. So, although you guys are your own separate entities, you have your own cultural understanding, you have your own identities, of course, as Filipino people, whether they say you're more Pacific Islander than Asian, etc., etc., Filipinos overall, you guys have your own identity. I just want you to understand that you shouldn't be surprised if they just lump you in with everybody that is considered a POC, aka a person of color. Just don't be surprised. Now, did I really have a direction in this particular topic of conversation? Absolutely not. I wanted to share in a point. You guys are open to sharing your own thought process about it. Don't flood my comment section with nonsense, please. I'm just going to ask nicely that you do not. I'm pretty sure you are. Quite frankly, don't care. But I want you to marinate on what I'm saying to you guys today. Just marinate on it. Just let it breathe. This video is going to be up. I don't plan on doing anything with it. I just wanted to share in a thought that I think many of us can relate to. And if you can't relate, or you feel like you are in a position wherein, oh man, this ain't got nothing to do with me, Mike, I can't relate to you and your people, it's all good. Okay, don't get me wrong. You want to know why Filipinos' desire for white skin came about? It's probably because of something like this, if you want to know the truth. The desire to want to separate yourself by color. Yeah, let me whiten myself as much as I possibly can so I can no longer resemble the people that the good doc believes that you relate to the most, or that you can relate to, because the struggle is real. Let me try to fit in with the other crowd. Let me try to appeal or become appealing to the other crowd. You know, let me try to get in where I fit in, or let me at least try to struggle to fit in, and hopefully, maybe, just maybe, they will accept me too. Just maybe you might be accepted. Just maybe. Just maybe. Man, no matter how much bleach I use, man, this black dude can't change his color if he wanted to. At most, man, I might become mulatto, and that's pushing it. I couldn't see myself as a light-skinned black dude. I'm just meant to be black. I'm sorry. This shade of complexion, it suits me, and it fits me well. And whatever you are, whatever your complexion is, it suits you. That's the way God made you. And I'm not getting into that topic of conversation. But again, that's the way God made you, and that's the way you should remain. Now, Doc says a lot of different things because he feels like he wants to say it. Again, I told you guys I was going to come up with content that is meaningful to me, and I find topics of conversation like this to be meaningful. That does not mean that every time I come on I'm going to be talking about race. It's just relative in the moment, you know. That's all it is. It's just relevant in the moment, and I felt like this is something that I wanted to share with my audience, share with my crowd. I hope you guys can pick up what I'm putting down, and I hope you guys can at least respect it. I know that I deal with an eclectic blend of individuals that come through and listen to my chats, so again, if it ain't got nothing to do with you and you don't want to comment, don't comment. Just watch the video, man. I know, like I said, man, I deal with a lot of Filipino people who watch me. I got a lot of African Americans and my brothers in Africa that watch me, my brothers from up north in Canada that watch me. I got people I didn't even know that listen to me. Okay? But if you are Caucasian and you do listen to me, this is not a video that you're required to even remotely comment on. you don't have to do anything. Sometimes it's better left, you just leave it be. Unless you got something that you want to say that you find to be valid in reference to the topic of conversation at hand, you are not required by law to say anything. I just wanted to put this out as an Exhibit A in reference to why Filipino people and black people should get along, or why they do get along absolutely well. Relatable struggle, ladies and gentlemen, and this right here is proof that the struggle is real, because they all see it. Well, a particular group of individuals at that particular moment in time saw us all the same, ladies and gentlemen. Whether you like this video, whether you hate this video, likes up, dislikes down. If you don't like it, I don't care. You can dislike the video, because again, I'm sharing in a real truth, something that is a reality check for all of us involved, ladies and gentlemen. This ain't just about me, it's about us and them. That's it. That's it. You gotta get in where you fit in, right? That's my time, ladies and gentlemen. I don't need to stretch this anymore. With that being said, the good doc is officially out. Alis nako paalam, which means gots to get to getting. Bye-bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.